Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist and today doing a Master Duel Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon deck profile. So I'm really excited to do this for you guys because this deck is an extremely powerful deck that just got some amazing support on Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, even giving us a new boss monster, number C62, which is a crazy powerful card to OTK your opponent with. So without further ado guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell there so you can become part of the notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon down in the description below for all those awesome rewards. Like getting your name description every single video, getting assigned cards in the mail, and even getting to request a deck profile every single month to your Patreon. So without further ado, let's get straight on into this. So first off, we're going to be playing 3 copies of Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. This card is a definite 3 of in the build. It's an awesome combo piece boss monster that we're going to be using to make all of our XZ plays. We then play a single copy of Galaxy Eyes Afterglow Dragon. This card is awesome to OTK your opponent with because it has the ability if you control a Galaxy Eyes monster, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. And if this card is detached from an XZ monster to activate that monster's effect, you can take a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon from your hand or deck and either special summon it or attach it to an XZ monster that you control as a material. Then, if you activated this effect during the battle phase, double the attack of all number XZ monsters that you control, which is a great ability to be able to use so you can make your XZ monsters really big to OTK your opponent, especially number C62. We then play 2 copies of Photon Emperor. This card is awesome in the deck because it has the ability, if this card is sent to the graveyard except from the field, while another Photon or Galaxy monster is on the field or in your graveyard, you can special summon this card to your side of the field in defense position, which is great to get you an additional level 8 on the field. Also, after that, you can normal summon or special summon this card this turn. You can actually normal summon a light monster in addition to your normal summoner set during your main phase, which is a great ability. We then play a single copy of Galaxy Brave. Galaxy Brave is an awesome extender in the deck that can actually special summon itself to your side of the field so you can get an additional level 8 on the field. I feel like you only need 1 copy of this card because it is searchable in the deck, but I feel like 1 is totally fine. We then play 3 copies of Galaxy Soldier. Galaxy Soldier is an awesome card in this build because this card has the ability you can send 1 other light monster from your hand to the graveyard to special summon this card from your hand in defense position. And when this card is special summoned, you can actually add a Galaxy monster from your deck to your hand, which is a great ability to search out the exact card that you need, while also getting this card on the field so you can make cards like Cyber Dragon Nova and Infinity because it's a level 5 machine. We then play 3 copies of Photon Vanisher. Photon Vanisher is an awesome extender in this build because it has a great ability that it cannot be normal summoner set, it must be special summoned from your hand while you control a Photon or Galaxy monster, which is a great ability for this card to have to just instantly get this card on the field. And if this card is special summoned, you can actually add a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon from your deck to your hand, which is a great effect to instantly get a copy of Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. We then play 3 copies of Photon Jumper. Jumper is amazing in this build, and I'm so glad that we finally have this in Master Duel because it has a really cool ability that if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add a Photon or Galaxy spell or trap from your deck to your hand, which is a really great effect to be able to grab the exact card you need for your combos. We then play 3 copies of Photon Orbital. Photon Orbital is an awesome searcher for the build because it has a really cool ability that during your main phase, you can actually target a Photon or Galaxy monster you control and equip this monster from your hand or field to that targeted card, giving it 500 attack points. It also has the ability you can send this equipped card to the graveyard and then add a Photon or Galaxy monster from your deck to your hand, essentially being a Rhoda for the build. We then play 3 copies of Galaxy Wizard. Galaxy Wizard is super helpful in the build because it has the ability once per turn you can make this card become a level 8 monster, or you can tribute this card and then add a Galaxy card from your deck to your hand, accept another copy of this card, which is a great ability for this card to have. We then play a single copy of Photon Thrasher. This card is essentially a Cyber Dragon for the build that if you don't control a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, which is a great effect just to instantly get this card on the field. We then play a single copy of Galaxy Summoner. Galaxy Summoner is a great 1 of the deck. I have considered bumping this card up from 1, but I feel like 1 is totally fine. And if this card is normal or special summon, you can actually target a Photon or Galaxy monster in your graveyard and special summon in defense position, which is a great effect effect for this card to have. It also has the ability that you can target one other light monster you control, and its level becomes 4 until the end of the turn, so you can make your rank 4 plays a little bit easier. We then play 3 copies of Maxi. This card is at 3 in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and it's absolutely crazy at 3, because if you resolve this card, you usually win the game, because you're going to just get so much advantage against the opponent so that you can basically just OTK them on the follow-up turn. And this card is such a good 3 of in the build. So, that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get in to the spells. So for the spells, we're going to start with a single copy of Rhoda. Rhoda has a bunch of targets in the deck that this card can actually search, which is why we play this card as a 1-of in the deck. We then play a single copy of Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial is great as a 1-of in the deck to send the exact card you want to the graveyard when you need it, like your copy of Photon Jumper, so you can get searches off that card. We then play a single copy of Photon Sanctuary. Photon Sanctuary is great because it gives you 2 level 4 tokens on your side of the field and have 2,000 attack points, which is great so that you can summon out your copy of Galaxy Eyes Soul Flare Dragon, which is just awesome to be able to do. We then play a single copies of Numbers Last Hope. Numbers Last Hope is great as a 1-of deck. This card is always treated as a Galaxy Eyes card, and you pay half your life points and then target 2 monsters in your graveyard and special summon both, but negate their effects. Then immediately if this effect resolves, you actually XZ summon 1 number XZ monster using only those 2 monsters. Also, for the rest of the turn, after this card resolves, you can only special summon 1 more time from your X deck, which is great to be able to instantly get an XZ monster off this card. We then play a single copy of Galaxy Trance. Galaxy Trance is a good 1-of in the deck because this card is searchable in the build, but it has the ability to pay 2,000 life points and then target a Photon monster in your graveyard and special summon both it and a Galaxy monster from your deck with this same level, but in defense position, which is a really good ability to instantly get those 2 monsters on your side of the field so that you can basically go in for different XZ plays. They both also go to 2,000 attack points, which is a pretty cool ability, and they do have their effects negated, but you're basically just looking to get those 2 monsters on the field so you can make an XZ play. We then play a single copy of Galaxy Expedition. Galaxy Expedition is great in this build as an extender because if you control a level 5 or higher Photon or Galaxy monster, you can special summon a level 5 or higher Photon or Galaxy monster from your deck in face-out defense position, which is a great ability to instantly get the exact card you want on your side of the field. We then play 2 copies of Called by the Grave. Called by the Grave is great to be able to stop your opponent from hand trapping you while you're going in for all of your plays. We then play 3 copies of Galaxy 100. This card is basically like Foolish Burial, because when this card is activated, you can send a Photon or Galaxy card from your deck to the graveyard. And if Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon is special summoned to your field, you can actually look at your opponent's X deck, then apply one of these effects. Banish a monster from it, or special summon a number monster from it to your side of the field, which is a crazy powerful effect, especially in the mirror match. We then play 3 copies of Trade-In. Trade-In's really good in the deck, so we play a lot of level 8 targets for this card to be able to just dig into the deck and get the exact cards that you need. Plus, it helps to get your copy of Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon in the graveyard so you can make more plays with it. So, that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck. So for the extra deck, we're going to start with a single copy of number C62, Neo Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon. This is our OTK piece that we're going to be summoning every single duel to end the games. This card has the ability that you can also XZ summon this card using number 62, Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon, which is this card being able to just immediately overlay on top of it like a copy of Utopia the Lightning, which is really cool. It also has the ability that at the start of your battle phase, you can actually detach a card from this card, and then this card can make up to 3 attacks on monsters during this battle phase. And if this card has a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon as a material, it gains the abilities that it's unaffected by your opponent's monster effects, and it gains attack equal to the combined levels and ranks of the attached monsters times 100, which is really cool to be able to do because this card is going to go up by at least 1,600 if you detach a material, which is really cool, and this card gets massive in the deck. We then play a single copy of number 62. Number 62 is really good because we're going to use this card so that we can go into our copy of number C62, plus this card comes out at 4,000 attack points. We then play a single copy of number 90. Number 90 is great in this build because this card is a negate, and it's just really good overall in the build. If this card has a Photon or a card as a material, it cannot be destroyed by card effects, and it also has two really cool abilities that when your opponent's monster activates its effect, quick effect, you can detach a material from this card and negate that monster's effect, and if you detach a card that was a Galaxy card, destroy that card. And during your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can take a Photon or Galaxy card from your deck and either add it to your hand or attach this card as a material, which is a great effect, so you can keep giving this card materials. We then play a single copy of number 38. Number 38 is great because this card is a spell negate, and it's just really good overall in this build. One copy of Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon. This card is like Change of Heart. It can take control of an opponent's monster, which is great, and also turn it into a Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon, which is a really cool ability that it turns it into a Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon. We then play a single copy of Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Photon. You can overlay this on top of any of your Galaxy Eyes monsters, which is really cool, and it also has the ability that you can detach a material in this card and then pop a card on the field, which is really cool. We then play a single copy of Galaxy Eyes Cypher Blade Dragon. It pretty much has the exact same effect as Full Armor Photon, but this card cannot be Exceed on top of, which is a little bit of a downside, but it's really good in this build as a one-of. We then play a single copy of Galaxy Eyes Cypher X Dragon. Cypher X Dragon is really big and a really cool card because it has the ability once per turn. You can also Exceed summon this card using a Cypher Dragon monster that you control as a material. And it also has a really cool ability. You can detach two materials from this card, and your opponent cannot target light monsters you control with card effects until the end of your opponent's turn. And once per turn, during your standby phase, you can turn one rank 9 or lower Dragon XZ monster from your graveyard to your X deck. Then you can special summon that monster from your X deck by using this card that you control as a material, letting you make the exact card that you want using this card. We then play a single copy of Galaxy Photon Dragon. Galaxy Photon Dragon is really amazing in this deck because all the light monsters gain 500 attack points, which is really good. And also has the ability you can detach a material in this card to add a Photon or Galaxy card from your deck to your hand or send to the graveyard. And if a light monster is special summoned to your field, you can actually target one of those monsters and its level becomes 4 or 8 until the end of the turn, getting the exact level that you need off of a monster so you can make some XZ plays. And then play a single copy of Starliege Photon Blast Dragon. This card is great as a one-of in the build because it has an awesome ability that once per opponent's turn, quick effect, you can detach a material from this card, target one of your Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon that's banished on your grave and special summon it, which is such a cool ability. We then play a single copy of Cyber Dragon Nova so that we can make our copy of Cyber Dragon Infinity, and these are made with Galaxy Soldiers in the build so you can have a negate. We then play a single copy of Double A Zeus. Double A Zeus is insane as a board wipe, especially with all the different XZ monsters we're playing in the build. And then we play 2 copies of Soul Flare Dragon. Soul Flare Dragon is really good because if it's link summon, you can actually take a Photon or Galaxy monster in your graveyard and add it back to your hand, which is such a cool ability. And during your opponent's main phase, quick effect, you can discard a Photon and a Galaxy card or just one copy of Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, and then target a special monster opponent controls and destroy it, which is a great ability. So that's it for the deck, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. This deck is super fun to be able to play. If you guys have never played Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, you should definitely give this deck a try, especially now that we have C62, because this card is just insane at OTKing your opponent, and it gets absolutely massive if you use Afterglow Dragon as a material, because it'll actually double its attack, which is super cool. So that's it for this one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell there so you can become part of Notification Squad, and we'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.